everyone, and welcome to Midnight Mystic. Welcome back to my mystic circle. I do feel like this is a you and them type of reading because I do have Beepo here with me. He's very much trying to get my attention. So let's dive right in. I'm going to start with an angel number because I have seen so many today. It has felt non-stop. So we'll start with an angel number. Okay, we have 1010, 911, 1818, so 1818 and 1616. Just so interesting because I feel like I have been almost flooded with nines today, and tonight is the 9th. We also are coming up on a super moon, and I have seen 991, 911, 1010, 911, 1911, 901, 991 again, and then some others that I feel like are maybe a separate message to this, but I did hear some music also. I heard, and I don't know who it's by, so forgive me there, but I heard So Come On, Let's Get Physical. It's a female singer, and then I heard another which is a male then singing, so this could be you and a male, or switch roles as it relates to you, but it was the song I'll Make Love to You Like You Want Me to till the end of night. And then I also heard Unbreak My Heart. So there's 3. Those could just be confirmation to you. They don't have to mean anything specifically, but I do feel like they tie into this message. So I feel like this is someone from your past. They could have broken your heart, but I also feel like they feel heartbroken in some way. It's almost like they broke your heart somehow, and then that either broke their heart, or the situation now between the two of you is somehow feeling like heartbreak for them. So 1010 says growth. Spiritual awareness is opening you to all that you are ready to see. Your destiny is being fulfilled. Keep your intentions pure with your eyes looking ahead, and you will continue to increase the growth that is here. The affirmation says, the more I invest awareness in my growth, the closer I continuously become to the outcomes I am seeking. I also want to read 911 because that number's come up so much today. It says 911 is the number of courage. A doorway has opened for you, and while apprehension may be felt, allow courage to flow in as you put your best foot forward. You are being encouraged to let curiosity lead you and know that the divine has your back. I allow courage to prevail as curiosity leads me through new doors. I allow courage to prevail as curiosity leads me through new doors. So growth and courage, I feel like, are the main messages here. And then the supporting numbers of 1818 and 1616. 1818 is optimism. It's talking about successful manifestation of your abundance is near. Higher levels of optimism are needed as new, abundant beginnings are on the horizon. Brighter days are here after the darkest of nights. And I have been getting a lot of messages about someone who was in a dark night of the soul, someone who is now coming out of the dark night of the soul, or I feel like specifically for a few of you that you either didn't know you were in a dark night of a soul. I'm hearing again. So this could be something that you have experienced in the past, but it feels like each time that this is happening, that it feels different and it feels lighter. So maybe that's how you didn't realize that you were in another dark night of the soul. 1616 is willpower. Things may feel out of sync and not within your control. The whisper of the divine is asking that you remember that you are being supported and that your will is your superpower. Determination is key right now. I will also draw some charms just for extra confirmation if you are someone who has been going through a confusing time or big shifts, or you feel something coming in for you but you're not quite sure what it is. I will pull charms for that. Let's get some cards first. The cards are in your hands, so something is available to you. So we are talking about abundance also, balancing of heaven and earth. Yeah, and a new opportunity of the material realm, of the material plane. Oh my gosh. Okay, so, and we have an, okay, yeah, okay. So a balancing of the mind and body. I feel like also balancing between your third eye and your heart. Maybe if you felt like your mind was telling you one thing and your heart was telling you another, and that could have been confusing your thought forms, but also your manifestation in some way. And I see a lot of masks here because she is taking off a mask, and then there's two masks in the body mind card, but she's taking off the mask of a wolf. So maybe you are taking off a protective mask or a mask you once wore to fend off something with Little Red Riding Hood here too. And there's a doe in the background. Yeah, doe, a deer, a female deer. Okay. So maybe you looked like the big bad wolf now, and a softer, delicate, feminine, youthful, abundant you is coming through. And she has a crown of leaves, but she also has a golden aura. So it's almost like she's taken the parts that have fallen away, or the leaves that were from a season's past, is what I'm hearing, and made a crown out of it. So what someone maybe thought was just dead leaves or wasn't abundant anymore, you're now wearing as your crown. So it's like you've gathered the pieces left behind. That's what I heard, pieces left behind, and created a crown. And I feel like this was meant to be this way, and it's almost like you were cloaked while you were building this crown, taking these leftovers and turning it into abundance or into your power. And now that you have that, it's like you don't need to wear the cloak anymore. You don't need to have that protective mask, because you have strength within your femininity. You have strength within what you have created. So this is also sacral chakra, but I feel like there's solar power here. There's warmth, willpower, but I feel like the new energy that you are in and what you have taken and pieced together and built for yourself is what's allowing you to take off this shield, that's allowing you to take, I feel like it's also not only taking off this mask that you've worn for protection, but also seeing that it's unnecessary and that the most beautiful parts of you are the parts that are now being seen, and those come from your feminine energy. And I feel like that is what this new layer of protection is. That is what this golden aura is. That is what this golden light through the crown is the protection that you felt like you had by wearing the wolf mask. And now you're feeling more protected by your softer feminine side, by your divine feminine energy. And I feel like that is where the balancing happens. That's where the mind-body connection is now taking place. I feel like the wolf mask was in some ways causing that disconnect between the mind and the body and the third eye and the heart chakra, and maybe confusing your thoughts, and you could have felt like you were having a hard time manifesting. But I feel like you also grew through this with growth. I feel like this is a cycle that is past for you, but that helped you grow into this divine feminine abundant energy that you are now in, where you are so divinely protected that you don't have to wear the same type of protection, the same cloak that you did in the past. People are now seeing your light. The others that came out were Heaven and Earth, and the Ace of Pentacles again. The Ace of Earth, Heaven and Earth. And with Heaven and Earth, there's like spirit animals on, I'm hearing two sides of the coin. So there's nature and spirit animals and different types of guides, but also with courage. I feel like the animals in this card are very strong animals. They are quiet, except except for when they want to be. They're quiet, they're strong, they observe, they're calculated, they're connected deeply to their environment. And then on the other side of this coin, with the balancing of each side, there is a contract or something written here, but also pentacles. And then with the next card being the Ace of Earth, I feel like that ties into what I just spoke about with this protector energy, contracts and pentacles. But I feel like courage is what's being called in here, or what is coming in. There's a lot of earth energy. 6 of water could be a guide, but I feel like this is actually a friend that you've known or someone that you've known. A female energy. It's interesting. The sage tried to fall over heaven and earth, and there is a wolf and an owl here, and then there's the Ace of Earth. But I feel like this is through the growth here. You've become this sage, you've become a guiding light, and there's also wisdom here. Yeah, the choice and planting the seeds. I feel like you do have a helper here. There's lots of animals showing up, so I feel like maybe spirit animals could be supporting you at this time. If there's been an animal showing up repeatedly for you as a sign, maybe look into what the symbolism or spiritual meaning of that animal is, and you could possibly find another message that you need. But I feel like you have a choice to think about of what you want to grow, of the seeds that you're planting with spirit. So a co-creation, seeds that you're planting of abundance with the acorn. I heard it's all coming up daisies, but the saying is it's all coming up roses. It's all coming up daisies. Is there a choice what is this choice about how you see yourself? Accepting yourself for your flaws and for who you are, taking a clear look at yourself, but in a loving way. So self-love is a big message, and also taking aim at what you desire. Yeah, taking aim at what you are passionate about, but also loving yourself through process. I feel like will help you connect more deeply to your emotions and to flow easier. There's a lot of flow here. Knowledge about alignment. Animal totems. I'm hearing animal totems. And you've turned something from regular apple to a golden apple. So there is a lot about alchemy here, about taking something, what's the word I'm looking for? Taking something that people see maybe as ordinary or leftover, or fallen leaves, but some people just see fallen leaves on the ground. They focus more on the tree with no leaves yet or losing its leaves, and they don't pay a whole lot of attention to the leaves on the ground that have fallen. But instead of just raking up the leaves and getting rid of them or getting them out of sight, it's like you've collected the leaves almost as like gifts from nature, gifts from the tree, that the tree has given you these gifts and tools to work with to build this crown. So it's almost like you've taken this, I'm hearing mumbo jumbo. Maybe someone just thought whatever you were doing was just silly, and maybe you were protective of that with the wolf mask, or maybe you cloaked yourself while you gathered up the leaves for your crown, and now you feel ready for it to be shown. And I feel like this is bringing you into alignment, but also he has what looks like a fire starter in his hands. So you have all the tools. You are in alignment or coming into alignment. And more with this golden orb, this golden aura. But even if your fire goes out, you still have the flame starter in your hands. So if anyone tries to put out your flame, if anyone tries to put out your fire, if anyone tries to water you down in any way, you can just relight it yourself. Maybe pull from the strength of the animal totem. With solar energy, the eye above his head is the sun. Okay, let's actually get some charms. Some, tree, S, a key, L, Z, 8, U, C, butterfly, a skull and crossbones, and Leo. There was an ending here between you and someone else, but it unlocked doors to your abundance, to your growth. They see you transforming. They see your strength, some of it, but I feel like they'll be seeing more. That was a lot. H, the S, play, O, H, sweet, a pentagram, but I almost said pentacle. U, D, R, an abalone shell, heart, and Q. Your heart is protected. I heard a man say, oh, sweet. Like, they thought what they left for you was just leaves fallen, that they only left behind what, I don't want to say useless, but I heard scraps. It's like they left behind scraps, but I feel like this person now is in your life in some way, but not in your life. So they're witnessing this transformation, but they're not witnessing all of it yet. And so it's like, while they left behind maybe they broke your heart and then they just left, and now it's like they're witnessing your growth. They're witnessing the tree that they thought was barren have leaves, but then you're also wearing a crown of leaves, so it's like they're seeing you in a different light in some sense also, and unlocking your abundance. And I feel like this person, it's like they're trying to be okay, but it's like a bittersweet. It's like bittersweet, like, oh sweet, like they're, they made something not only out of like what I just left behind, but also they're seeing you differently. So that's where that sort of like, oh sweet, like great. Like, I don't feel like this person wanted you to do bad, but I feel like they thought that the season was over, that it had run its course, and now they believe you're the sun. They had a change of heart. I'm seeing the HIR and then U and Q, like hire you. I don't believe that this is an employer, but that it could be for someone. But it's like, now hire you for something. What is this person seeing now? The queen. What is this person seeing now? Yeah, the shapeshifter. Like, it's like they're seeing the real you now, or seeing you clearly, or just seeing you without a mask, and that you are fertile, but that you are also creating something, and that you have something like in the womb, or maybe they just feel this. But the bridge, the self, orphan, the sword, and the village. Maybe they saw you bite, or thought you would bite, if they tried to cross this bridge with you, or tried to bridge a divide, but it almost looks like there's a pentacle in the mouth, so they could have even tried to guard something with finances, but I feel like the pearl is within you. And the pearl is made from grit into something beautiful and precious. And that is within you. And I feel like that is just expanding now. Your sense of self is expanding. Your creativity is expanding. The person could have left you when you needed them, or just dangled something right within reach that they knew that you needed, but they kept it guarded. Could have had a couple cycles with this person, or a few cycles, or felt like you were going around and around. Maybe they promised change or promised you what they saw that you needed, and still just kept it right out of reach. But I feel like that divide, that I'm hearing severing of ties, but I'm also seeing cord cutting. For some of you, this person could have done a cord cutting ritual, or just severed the tie that they had with you in some way, but with the lightning, it's like it was abrupt. They could have done this in the dark. They could have done this secretly, or just created fusion around it. They could have tried to confuse your thoughts, but I feel like you cut through it. This might have been the severing that sent you into this dark night of the soul that you're now emerging from. But I feel like these two sides are united also as a part of self. So it's almost like they cut themselves out of the equation abruptly, but then there's been another sudden shift where now they see you through the darkness shining in the village. So I feel like you maybe didn't even see this obstacle coming. You were just looking to the future and didn't even see the obstacle. But you went inside, you went into the emotions, you turned the wheel in a different direction. I'm hearing golden dawn. So there is like a golden dawn coming over the darkness. Okay, what else? With talking about the falling of leaves, and then also seeing Leo, this could have been something that happened in August. This other energy could be a Leo, or this could have happened also in the fall. I'm hearing the shift out of this happened. Start of this happened in a fall, but then the shift out of this happened in the fall. So it's almost like you've had a cycle also in some way without this person. Yeah, you are birthing something new from the creative womb, and it's bringing you healing, but I feel like it's also bringing you the village, it's also bringing you the community, it's also bringing you unity with others, also mind, body, spirit together. I'm hearing fortifying mind, body, and spirit together. Yeah, we have the balancing of heaven and earth, and the balancing of the mind and the body. I feel like you are meeting in the middle with something, that there is a third unseen energy here. And I did just do a reading about spirit is going to be presenting you with a third option, where you thought that there was just one thing or another, or like black and white, that there's something special in the middle that's going to be presented to you. And I feel like this is happening now, but I also feel like this comes with the balance. So whatever this third energy coming into play here is, is not only bringing you gifts of abundance and insight, but also of balance, like a tree. And I'm hearing like the tree of life, like the tree of life, or as above, so below. And it's almost like part of the balancing is being right here, right now, in the present moment, trusting that you do have guides on your side, trusting that there is a middle path that's going to be easy to choose because you are in alignment for it. And I don't feel like they could be, but I don't feel like this past person is coming back. I feel like they are just hyper aware of an evolution of the self that you have gone through. I feel like the only reason that we're even seeing this person show up here is as some sort of confirmation of this message for you, or knowing that your evolution, your shift, and your growth is also seen by others. And once things reach your external world like that, it's almost like another confirmation that you've done this growth, that you've done this healing, that you've changed something in a way that people are taking notice of it. With the riddle and the orphan, I'm really drawn to the change of the way that the snake looks, because it's gone from a protective, cyclical view of things to unity and possibility. Okay, final message. The mirror. Okay, maybe one more. The mirror. Something reflecting to you on the full moon. Something shown to you on the full moon. You're not going to be able to miss it. It's going to be shiny. You're going to see it. The unseen. Okay, you're going to see it unseen with the full moon. But this is a whole new cycle for you. You're circling around a new cycle, but it's here, and it's balanced, and it's aligned, and it's creative, and it's also going to set you free. And I feel like this is what you haven't seen up until now, and then I feel like this is what's going to be shown to you, that third energy, that middle path, that third doorway, that this is going to be shown to you around the time of the full moon, and you're not going to be able to ignore it. It's going to be very reflective. The Lover. Oh my goodness, guys. If you're still with me, thank you so much for sifting through this energy with me. Wow, the Lover. I feel like you do have a lover coming in. Maybe they will be presented to you. Maybe this is the third door. Maybe this is the third option with the Lover. You could also see a white feather. I'm hearing a gift from Venus. A gift from Venus. So maybe look to your Venus sign at this time. There could also be a message there. But I also see the mirror, and it almost looks like this shell, and it was right next to heart. So something when it has to do with matters of the heart. And that does go back to those songs that I heard. I'll make love to you like you want me to, till the end of the night. And I feel like that was meant to say till the end of time, but I heard till the end of the night. So come on, let's get physical. Unbreak my heart. Now I'm hearing the song, I don't know if I can say it, intimate healing, like I want, yeah, anyways. So good luck. It feels like you have a lover coming in after you have gone through all of this growth, after you possibly were brokenhearted. I feel like this past person is now seeing you in a different light. I don't feel like this is who is coming in for you, but of course, trust your heart. Take what part of this message you feel like is meant for you, and leave the rest behind. But I do feel like this is saying that, yeah, possibly a lover that you don't see at this time, an option that has not been presented to you. And I'm seeing all the threes here in the unity, so it does feel like maybe you thought that you were kind of looking at two different energies as a potential lover, and spirit's coming in like, well, here's third, and you don't see this coming. So just stay just as these spirit animals, or as the female doe here. Just observe and trust that you are protected and covered in this golden light. And I don't feel like you're going to make a wrong choice here, but it feels like this could feel like a riddle to you, but that's kind of working itself out as you move along. And around the full moon, everything starts working in unity. Everything starts working together as it should. And as you stay balanced, as you just continue to pour into yourself, as you continue to just show who you are and what you've gathered and created and built for yourself, I feel like that's when this is presented to you. And I feel like you're going to feel this strongly, but this won't feel also confusing for you. It might feel actually like a gift that this third option is being presented. But this feels like non-action on your end. It feels like just stay focused on the self. Know that you have the pearl, that you have something beautiful that has been built from pain or from grit, but now you have something very special, very precious, and other energies are taking notice of this. So loving yourself, self-love, self-care, accepting your flaws. No one is perfect. And if you have judged yourself or you catch yourself with negative self-talk, that's okay. That's human. You are beautiful and you are unique, and no one else is you. No one else can be you. So good luck. I hope that you take some time to pour so much love into yourself. You deserve it. Know that you deserve it. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.